Hey guys, Chris here from MITD with the companion video to the one Scott produced on digital and synchronous teaching. Now, in his video, he went through how to share your smartboard or share your screen. So whatever's on your smartboard, your face-to-face students can see and your digital students can see. He showed you how to do that with the HoverCam, ImageMate with an Elmo, a website, Teams, Smart Notebook, anything. It was a great video, and if you have questions about how to share your content on your smartboard with your students, please check it out. Now, as I said, this is a companion video, which means we're going to take it one step further. Now, our video today is going to address one specific question that has come up a number of times with teachers. They want to know, how can I share content from my smartboard, but on my other screen, on my laptop, still see my students in the meeting? In other words, they want different content from the smartboard and the laptop. So we're going to show you how to do that right now. The simple answer is called extended mode. Now, I've already got a meeting running, and you can see I'm in duplicate mode. So whatever happens on my laptop happens up here on the smartboard and vice versa. So let me go ahead and maximize this out, and you'll see I have a meeting running right now. And I've set this up so I'm recording the meeting and my screen, so you're going to see all three views together. What's on my laptop, what's on my smartboard, and what my digital students see. So let's take a look at this. Right now, everything is mirrored, but we want to switch this. So what I'm going to do is minimize my meeting, and I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut that most of you probably already know. Function F8. We're going to hold down the FN keys and press the F8 key, which is the keyboard shortcut, and we've used this many times if we've hooked up to smartboard and projectors before. And as you can see on both of my screens, I have a little flyout, and it's asking me to see my computer screen or duplicate to my smartboard. But this time, we're going to choose a different option. We're going to choose Extend. When I choose Extend, here's what changes. Instead of mirroring my laptop up to my projector or up to my smartboard, the system now sees my smartboard and my projector as a separate monitor. If you've ever walked into an administrator's office and seen their computer with multiple screens, and they drag a file all the way across, you're getting the same thing right now with your smartboard. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to bring my meeting back up onto the screen, and you'll notice I only see it on my laptop right now, not up on the big screen. But to get something onto the big screen, I can simply drag the window off the side of my laptop, and you'll see that it appears up here. So I can move things back and forth. This is how we're going to have separate content on both of our screens. But before we go any further, there's one more step we need to make. So I'm going to minimize this meeting, and I want to show you what happens when I try to use my smartboard pens in this scenario. If I pick up a pen, I still get my light, everything looks like it's working, but as soon as I start writing, you'll notice that it appears on my laptop screen, not on my smartboard. Well, that's not going to work. So how do we fix it? Well, the short answer is we do an orient. What that means is it's just like you used to use the targets on your normal setup with your normal smartboard. We're just going to run an orientation. So let me get rid of this drawing, and I'm going to press the two buttons on the front of my smartboard, and it's going to bring up the targets. But you'll notice it did not show up on my smartboard. It actually showed up on my laptop. So what do? On the screen with the targets, it says to select another display, press the space bar. So I'm going to press the space bar one time, and you'll notice those targets now appear over here on my smartboard. So let's go through and hit these targets real quick. All right, so now we've gone through the targets, and what that's doing is it's telling our computer which one of these screens is actually our smartboard. So now, if I pick up that same pen, I can write where I need to write on the smartboard. Now, for those of you out there who don't happen to have the projection system like what I'm using here, but have one of the new smart panels, you don't have the two buttons up front, so how do you orient? Well, for that, I'm going to direct your attention back to my laptop. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down in the bottom right-hand corner, and we're going to find the Smart Notification icon. It's the blue square with the white circle. we're going to right-click on it, and we're going to choose Orient. And you'll notice that brings up the targets just as if we hit the two buttons on front. So now, anyone who has a smartboard or smart panel can set up this way. So now that we have this in extended mode, how do we do it so that we can share our smartboard to our digital students and my face-to-face students can see it, but I can still see my students over here? Well, let's set this up. I already have a meeting running, so I'm going to open that back up, and I'm going to leave that meeting over here on my smartboard itself, excuse me, over here on my laptop. And you can see I've got 3 students in there with me right now. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to click the Share Screen button on my laptop, and you'll notice over here in the Share Screen panel on the bottom, I have Desktop, and I now have Screen 1 and Screen 2. So you get to choose which screen gets shared with your students. So I'm going to choose Screen 2. And it might minimize your meeting. That's okay. All we have to do is click on it and bring it right back up on the laptop. And now what's happening is this. I have a red border around my smartboard window. That means anything I bring up over here, my students can see digitally and in the classroom. And on my laptop, I can still see my students. Best of both worlds. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to bring up a whiteboard. And because I want that whiteboard not on my laptop, but on my smartboard so it's shared with all my students, I'm going to click and drag on the top of that window off the side to bring it over here. Now, I can resize, make it full screen. I can pick up a pen. Do what I need to do, math, science, writing, whatever, mark some text, do some math problems. My kids in my class see it, my digital students see it, and I can still see my students over here. The benefit to this is if one of my students needs my attention, I can still see them. I can keep an eye on them. So that's how you set up the system to work in extended mode, which lets you have a different image on your smartboard shared with your kids, and you can still see your kids on your laptop in the meeting. I hope this helps.